get the old coffee talk thing done, and then I'm going to go pick up the kids from school and do the parenting thing. So instead of just skipping it, figured we'd do this thing a little early. So if you're just stumbling in a little early and you're frustrated with me, I understand. And I'm sorry. But parenting's more important after the hurricane, okay? You were mine, I was yours for the hurricane. Now it's on to parenting. Okay, all right, outside, take a look. It's getting a little dark there in downtown Orlando. Our tower cam certainly showing some of those storms trying to stumble on into the area. If you follow me on Twitter, no doubt you've seen plenty of kind of flood advisories up in Ocala. I wish our tower cam there was working, but let's take a look elsewhere. There's Tavares tower cam down to the tourist. Ooh, yeah, a little rain in the tourist district, Daytona Beach. My God, that water is beautiful today, isn't it? Kennedy Space Center checking in. Nothing on the countdown clock. You got the Crew 7 flag a-waving. It's a beautiful day. Did have some darker skies there earlier. New Smyrna Beach looking good over at Ponce Inlet. And downtown Orlando is definitely showing some of those darker skies around. So let's do this. Let's come up to our first warning live Doppler radar, and you see those thunderstorms firing up, and they're just getting started, but we've had some soakers here in Marion County kind of lapsing this. The good news in all of this, when we look at the velocity channel, nothing too wicked. Just some good heavy storms out. Of course, if there is anything that gets a little strong, I'll be posting about it on Twitter. And in the event that we get a severe thunderstorm warning or tornado warning, I will be also posting it on Facebook and Twitter. Yeah. So anyway, that's that. But at this moment, if you live out in the villages, watching these storms marching your direction, Fruitland Park, Leesburg, watching those storms, Wildwood, back over to Okahumpka, it's storming like crazy at Lake Pennsauken. I just want to check. Well, we've got some good storms. Our radar, okay, so that's the Tampa radar, and that's our radar. So we're not too overdone. If anything, we may even be a little underdone, but I'd rather, watch. Down around Bay Lake, Groveland, watching some good storms here around Claremont, watching a good soaker. We'll check Melbourne radar, our radar. Yeah, it's looking good. All right, so we're kind of in unison there. That works for me. But you can see those storms just kind of bubbling up, right? Yeah, bubbling on up. Nothing severe at the moment, but, some decent little wind gusts according to our live radar. Finding 22 to 27 miles per hour, so not too bad. All right. Look at the metro area, relatively quiet for now. Some rains up here around Longwood, but generally speaking, this rain is going to be marching more and more off to the east. So for today, just so that you know, when we look at our kind of rain coverage, all right, we're going to be talking about some good heavy rains. The thumbnails that I use to usually show you the range, to show you the things, is not working that greatly. New advisory, flood advisory for Marion County. Yeah. So obviously, the further west you are, the higher the coverage of rain is. But let's get right over and see. There's all kinds of flood advisories posted here in Marion County, just south of Ocala. Got a flood warning in effect there, and then a new flood advisory that's in effect here around Ocala Ridge and Fellowship. But back to kind of the conventional radar, I mean, it's raining like cats and dogs. It's been pouring. 12-hour rainfall in this area does show some of those areas, particularly out west, 3.5, 4 inches of rain. So, yeah, that's definitely adding up. When we look at the kind of rain chances, let's take a look at Futurecast here, showing those storms firing up, and at least this Futurecast model is kind of tapering it off a little bit, which is probably not the way that that's going to go. So let me find the correct version of Futurecast. All right, here we are. This is the rapid update Futurecast, and that's doing a better job. Kind of, I don't know, none of these are really doing a great job. Let's look and see. Here we are. This is beta. Okay, that's a little better. Kind of showing everything out west and then working to the east through 7, 8, 9 o'clock and then eventually fading. So that's kind of what we're looking at for tonight when we look at our overall forecast this evening. Storms around, but little by little quieting down. Not a bad little stretch. All right. So, any other questions about our forecast for tonight? Otherwise, we can move on and take a look at the tropics. We've got some things out there. It's like a tropical traffic jam in the oddest way. Seriously. All right, let's load it up. So you got Franklin, post-tropical system Idalia, Gert became a depression, and Tropical Storm Jose. Then you've got Tropical Depression 12. Holy cannoli. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 systems plus another one rolling off the coast of Africa. And that one rolling off the coast of Africa, let me just tell you, that's the one that we're going to have to watch. Look at it on satellite imagery right now. It's there, rolling, 50% likelihood that it develops in the central Atlantic over the next couple of days, okay? So a lot to talk about in the tropics. But are any of these threats to Central Florida? Naturally, you'd be asking that. And to me, I would say that this little wave here is an interesting little one because looking at the computer model data, let me just widen this to the entire Atlantic basin. Watch through time here. All right? Right there, developing where it says current temp 88, kind of at the bottom of the screen, working into the Caribbean. I'll zoom into the Caribbean view. Kind of fades a little bit, and then, according to the GFS, like reorganizes over near Florida's east coast. That's the current run of the GFS. You go back another run, though, and it's got a hurricane nearby. You go back 2 model runs ago, and it's got a hurricane nearby. So it's trying to sniff something out around Florida, around, September 12th, 13th, 14th, something in there. Let's look at the European and see. All right, so the European's got an area of low pressure, kind of working our direction, and the ensemble hasn't run far enough out to get out anywhere. But the European is trying to do something, right? 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, that's the 11th. So that little wave that's off the coast of Africa is definitely something that we're going to need to be watching. Am I saying that we're going to be getting hit? No. Am I saying that we're going to need to watch? Yeah. I think that that's fair. I think we need to watch. Wow, this no thumbnail thing is really going to hose me with coffee talk because I got pretty quick. I got pretty quick at looking at things, and then now I can't anymore. So that's fun. Okay, well, nevertheless, that's something we're going to have to watch. All right, but in the meantime, thankfully, what we are watching is a gradual drying trend, and the temperatures aren't getting completely out of control. I mean, by like Friday and next week, if we don't get rain, it's going to get hot. But yeah, there you go. Little by little. Looking pretty good. Are you saying it's a Cat 6? I see where you're going with that. No. No Cat 6. No. Also, real quick, and I'm going to end on this. Monday morning temperatures. Some of us in the 60s. I love it. I love it. All right. Listen, be the sunshine in someone else's day. Have a good one. I'm going to go do the things with the kids. I'll be posting on Facebook and Twitter as is needed. Enjoy. Have a great Friday night. I'll see you on West 2 News Sunrise in the morning. And, of course, Coffee Talk at 8 a.m. We'll dive deep into the data. All right? Be good, y'all. Take care. Bye.